Well, Knud Jensen invited me to Denmark to propose a possible sculpture for installation, and the biggest problem was to find a site. I spent a considerable amount of time walking the grounds and thinking about what I could do, and it was obvious to me that the oval shape where the grass would had been manicured, had been man-made. And I kept looking at the landscape, and it occurred to me that the ravine where Porten and slugten ended up was part of the original topology of the land. It hadn't been touched. Because of its topography and that it hadn't been artificially constructed, I thought it would be a good place to insert a work of mine. Then I had to figure out the scale of the work and how the work would function. And I kept walking back and forth across the bridge that connects the park to the cafeteria. And I noticed as you walk back and forth the length of the bridge, if you keep looking at the ravine, and this is before the piece went up, there's a kind of parallax that occurs where the land foreshortens horizontally from right to left or left to right, depending on which way you're walking. And so I decided that I wanted to use the ravine as a way of dealing with having the people not only see the piece from below as you walk down the path, but also seeing it from the bridge as you cross the bridge. And what I wanted to happen was that when you stood in the middle of the bridge, the two plates would actually close all the way. So the piece functions as a swinging door or as a gate to the unfolding landscape and the sea beyond it. So the lengths of the plates are decided by the topology of the land on both sides of the ravine. And actually the curvature of the earth is different on both sides of the ravine, so the contour is different on both sides of the plates. So you have a different shape for the plates given the fact that the land on one side falls more abruptly than the other. What I wanted to do was rehabilitate that gorge. I mean, basically, when I told them I was interested in that gorge, they said, why would you want to go into such a place which is uninhabitable? And I didn't think it was uninhabitable. Actually, I thought because it was a place that had one time had a use, that we could put it to another use, which was namely cultural and public rather than private and for storage.